What's up YouTube? It's your boy Jay Will, back at it again with another tutorial. And in today's video, we're going to be learning how to improve those hi-hat patterns so that your beat is sounding on point at all times. But before we get started, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button because we get into it every day. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you're notified every single time that I upload a video. And make sure you smash that like button like you never did before. And also, if you haven't heard yet, I just released a whole loop pack for free. You can get that download down in the description right now. So before we get started, bring in the hook. Alright, so let's go ahead and show you what the beat sounds like without the hi-hat. So here it goes right here. Alright, so that's the beat right there. As you can tell, there's no hi-hats. I didn't put too much into it because I wanted to leave room for some vocals as well. And the vocals will actually brighten up the track a lot more. So when we go to our hi-hats, go to our piano roll. All right, so we have our hi-hats up. So what most people tend to do, or for newbies anyways, they tend to do a pattern like this. Alright, so with the straight roll pattern, it doesn't have any like character to it. It doesn't have any bounce to it as well. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding bounce to the hi-hat pattern. So when you're adding a hi-hat pattern, you're going to add different elements to it. So when it comes to actually adding different rolls and stuff like that, what I like to do is I like to start off with maybe like a hi-hat pattern, a hi-hat hit right here, and then halfway in the middle of this one right here, come down to where it sounds like this starting off. So if it sounds like that starting off, you may have a nice little roll to it as well. So again, so as you can see that the hi-hat just hit kind of differently, and you're like, okay, the hi-hat gets my attention. Also, another tip, what I like to do is when the snare hits, I like to put like a little roll to it. So if the snare hits, like my snare's hitting right here. So I'll bring that down, hit Control U, have a little roll right there. So with when you hear the actual roll and the snare hit, this is what it sounds like. So you have the little roll right before you get to the snare, just like building up for the snare. Now, if you wanted to, what you could do is change the velocity of the roll, and it sounds like this. So as you can see, it sounds like it's building up. So when the snare is hitting, it makes it sound a little bit more wanted within your pattern. So another thing that I like to add is triplets. So the way you add triplets is you highlight whichever note that you want to do a triplet, and then you come over here to the magnet tool, you hit 1/3 beat, and you hit Control U. Control U will give you that triplet pattern right there, and this is what it sounds like with a triplet pattern. So with that being said, with the triplet pattern, that sounds good as well. So you may want to add like another half a step to see exactly what it sounds like. So it'll sound like something like this. So it just sounds kind of different, and you can mess with the velocity with all your hi-hat patterns if you want to give it a little bit more character. But overall, I mean, the hi-hat, drums, and all that stuff should be the easiest part of your actual video, actual pattern. But you just don't, like, you may want to add a triplet right here, and maybe skip that one. But like I said, I like to add the rolls to like every time the actual snare hits. So I may like do an actual roll on the bottom of it and then so change it up a little bit, and then I may come back. With something like this, you know, and then play it like this. This is what it sounds like. So with that being said, you gave your actual hi-hat a lot more character. So instead of it sounding like this, you can actually have that sucker sounding like this. All right. Now, you may say, hey, I just did that and I don't want to redo it on the other side. I got something for that too. Hit control, drag your mouse all the way. You left click your mouse and you drag it all the way around until everything is red. You control B, it brings that same pattern all the way to the other side as well. So this is what it's sounding like right now.